Friends, welcome to the 17th module of AI. In this particular module, we extend our discussion about planning that we had earlier in the previous module. Here, we will be talking about progression, regression and few other things. Progression is about moving further in the state space towards the goal. Regression is coming back from the goal state. Remember, we discussed about forward and backward planning. When we are using forward planning, we use progression to move towards goal state, and in backward planning we use this thing, the regression. Okay, so progression and regression are quite important thing for planning. And there is one more thing which is called relevant. If a progression is relevant, it is actually moving in the right direction. Regression is relevant, again it is moving in the right direction. What does that mean? That means, again, assume that your input, the state space, is presented in a way that is a collection of some components. So state space has some component, and the end state also, or the goal state also has some components. There are some components which are there in state space, the initial state space. There are some components in the final state space. Some of the components of the initial state space does not exist in the final one, and some of the one which exists in final one does not exist in the start one. If they are similar, we don't need to move around. Start space is the goal state. The job is done. Now, that's not the case here. So, a relevant progression moving from start state to the end state can easily be understood by having it does something which removes something which is there in start state but not in goal state, and adds something which is there in the end state but not in the start state. Okay, so this is an example of a relevant progression. Regression is exactly opposite. But important thing is, while you come back, you also have to think about prerequisites, because an action, remember we use that word action, now we don't use word rules, we call action. That action, for action you have to have a prerequisite. So, while coming back, you look at two things: the prerequisite, okay, if it is possible for us to apply this action now, and the action should convert a state into some other state where something which was there in the final state, in the previous state, it should not be there if it is not there in the start state, and something which is not there in the start state, in the goal state, should be removed, and something which is there in the start state should be added. Okay, so this is what it should do. So, this is a relevant regression. To work with this, there was a language designed called Plant Distributed Language, okay, PDDL, Plant Description the language. Okay. In this case, in PDDL, it contains three components of the action. In its original form, there was a program called Stripes which was designed to apply that. Stripes, again I forgotten that full form of Stripes, but it was a program which was used to demonstrate the capabilities of planning, and people use Stripes for many cases, including Blocks World, because Blocks World is quite interesting domain where planning can be very useful. And once we go through all this, you probably would realize how important it is. I've already told earlier that however simple this looks like, the Blocks World problem can be pretty useful for robots to work. Even in household today, robots are becoming pretty common today. So, to program robots, one needs to use this kind of logic. So, that's what we are learning right now. What we are going to do in this particular module, one more thing that we are planning to do is called goal stake planning. Goal stake planning is again a very simple way of planning. We decide what we want to achieve. For example, we decide that X, Y and Z needs to be achieved for going from a start state to the end state. So, what we do is, we first of all achieve X, then Y and then Z, and the problem is solved. So, how it is done? The X is inserted on the stack, Y is inserted on the stack, Z is inserted on the stack, and you solve Z first, then Y, and then X. Or you insert Z, Y, X and then solve it that way, and so on and so forth. Sometimes all possible combinations are entered in the goal stack, and you try using all of them and get the best out of it. That also is possible. You may not be able to solve using one combination, you may be able to solve using other combination. That also is possible sometimes. But goal stack planning is basically this: inserting components in a stack, and one after the other continue solving them. And whenever it is possible, when the goals are interdependent, suppose you want to solve a problem which unsolves some other problem, if that happens, you just test, and if it is the case, the which is unsolved is again inserted in the goal stack and again solved. Okay, so that's the simplest type of planning. We'll look at how it happens in this particular module. And obviously, once the plan is constructed, it is validated, and that will be the last thing that we are learning in this particular module. Let us begin with the description of progression. We are changing states component by component. We change one component, second, third. Remember, we would like to remove components which are there in the start state, not in the end state. We would like to add components which are not there in the start state, there in the end state. But we cannot just arbitrarily add or remove components. We will have to apply actions, and we cannot even apply actions arbitrarily. We will have to make sure that the prerequisites for that action must exist, and if it is not there, we have to generate that state with a precondition, for which we will have to apply some other action. So, it is basically a recursive process, and that is the reason why stack is used. PDDL, as I said, is used for this purpose. How this starts? First it begins with similarities and differences between start and goal state. So, once it finds that thing, similarities, it does not need to worry, because it is there in the start state, is also there in the end state, you do not need to change them. Differences are to be recorded, and once you decide those differences are added on the stack, and you just pick up the first difference, find out which action is suitable to remove this or eliminate this difference and provide that. For example, I have A, B and C. Now, I want in the final state C is on the table. Now, I know that this difference, because this is not, C is not on the table, and I want it to be on the table. What I can do is I can use an action called place on top or place on table and use that, and once I do that, the prerequisite is done. So, this is an example of how addition or deletion can be done. So, remember, what is to be deleted? Something with start state and not in the end state, that is to be deleted. What is to be added? Something which is not there in the start state, but in the end state should be added. And actions should do this. Okay, actions are the vehicle which enable us to do this. Relevant and non-relevant actions, I have already discussed that. So, let me again brief. Progression is relevant to a goal state if some part of the resultant state is in the goal state, and removed part must not be in the goal state. Okay, so something which is removed should not be there in the goal state, or if it is there in the goal state, we have done something wrong, because we want it and we have removed it. So, we are not going towards goal, we are going away from it. So, that is the other one. If we call A as an action and addition and deletion are functions, so what we can do it, or methods, or so we say that A dot addition, the action A adds whatever it adds. Okay, it is called A dot addition, and we take an intersection with the goals state, we call it GS. What should it be? Whatever is added, and you have intersection with the goal state, and if this is phi, that means you have added many things with nothing is part of the goal state. It is a fruitless exercise. It should not be phi. If it is not phi, good, the state is relevant. Second one, A dot deletion. A dot deletion, again you take an intersection with goal state. What should it be? It should be null. It should be phi. If it is phi, means that you have deleted something which is not part of the goal state, then it is absolutely fine. If it is not phi, that means you have deleted something which is part of the goal state. Now, that is not good, you are going away. So, two conditions, A dot additions intersection GS must be a non-empty set, and A dot deletion intersection GS must be an empty set. If it is the case, we say that the progression is relevant, otherwise not. For goal director reasoning, it is the opposite. So, what we have to do is the previous state equal to what? Current state minus all additions. Okay. Additions are to be removed. Whatever additions are provided, they are to be removed. Okay, because action always applies in forward direction. You will have to find out the previous state from this. So, action adds something, that addition is to be removed, then it gets this one. Not only that, whatever the preconditions existing will also be there. Now, that precondition, the action's precondition, the state's precondition should also be there. So, that is also mentioned. Previous state equal to current state minus A dot additions and union. Now, it is union, because there may be few things which are repeated. A dot precondition. So, preconditions. So, this is how you get the previous state. There is one example shown on the screen. A is resting on B, B is resting on C, C is resting on D, and what we want in the end state is C is resting on D and B is resting on A. This is what I want. Now, interestingly, there is one action. We are putting A on table. Now, can you tell me whether the action is relevant or not? Now, you can use what we have studied. But looking at the figure itself, yes, okay, what we want is obviously A to be on table. In the goal state, if you see goal state, A is on the table. In the initial state, it is not on the table. Our movement actually places A on the table. So, that is something, is a component which is part of the goal state. Now, the action adds something which is part of the goal state. Now, the first condition done, but the other one, A is resting on top of B. Okay, that becomes, when you put A on the table, A is resting on B becomes false. So, that is deleted. Now, that is whatever is deleted, is it part of the goal state? You can see that it is not part of the goal state. So, both conditions are satisfied. So, this is a relevant state, a relevant progression. Now, let us try to formalize whatever we have stated. We describe an action called place on table, which contains only one argument. Place on table A, which pick up the A cube and put it on the table, a block A and put it on table. And you can see there are three things in PDDL. As I said, there are three components of PDDL, three things: preconditions, additions and deletions. What is a precondition for place on table A? Precondition is that A has to be free. There is nothing should be resting on A. Then and then you can put it on table, otherwise you cannot. What are the additions? A on table is added, and because A is resting on B, okay, A is resting on B, B becomes free. So, that is the other addition. What are the deletions? Deletion is on AB will be deleted. Okay. Now, O on AB will no longer be true. So, these are the three things which happen if you say place on table A. Okay, you placing A on the table. Okay. Now, let us see using the formulae that we have used to see if this is relevant. Current state is defined as free A on AB, on BC, on CD and on D table. Okay. This is obviously simple. A is free, A is resting on B, B is resting on C, C is resting on D, D is resting on table. This is the current state, the start state. The new state is now free B, okay, because you have placed A on the table. So, that on AB has gone. So, free B on A table, okay, this is additional. On BC, so you have on A table, on D table, on C, D, on B, C. So, this is the new state. Now, applying this to calculations, place on table A dot addition, intersection goal state. You can see that goal state on A table. I have told you that on A table is part of the goal state, and that is what it is, and it says that I am adding something which is part of the goal state. But this is not phi. So, the first condition is satisfied. And the deletion, you know what is a deletion? Deletion is, if you just look at this, it is phi. There is nothing which is common. So, there is no, so you have deleted something which is not part of the goal state. So, second condition is also satisfied. So, in that case, you can see that this place on table A is relevant. Now, let us take one more action called place on top. Now, it has two arguments, x and y. Now, if I want to place A on top of y, x on top of y, A on top of B, there are two things required, the preconditions. Both of them must be free, which is shown in the preconditions tag of the action description. Free x and free y. What is addition? On x y, obviously, that is what we want to achieve. So, we get that, okay, that is the addition, that was not there, that was not true before, now it becomes true. So, that is an additional thing. What is deleted? Y was free, now y is not free. Okay. So, this is an important thing, okay, and a very simple description of an action, place on top x y, three things. Every action is described in this three different, using these three different attributes in PDDL. Now, look at the example shown on the screen. It has a goal state and has a previous state. So, here you can see that C is resting on top of D and B is resting on top of A in case of a goal state. And there are two possibilities, there is two things that you can do. You can place B on the table or you can place C on the table, and you chose to do the first, the second one, placing C on the table. Is it a relevant thing? Which out of these two, which one is relevant? So, if you do that, you probably will start with one and then the other. So, placing D on the table. Now, you can look at this and see if placing C on the table, whether it is nearer to start state. Placing C on the table is added while you move back. Is it part of the start state? You can see that it is not. C is not resting on the table. So, that is not part of the start state. First condition is not satisfied. What about the second one? What is deleted? C on top of D is deleted. C on top of D, is it part of the start state? yes, it was part of the start state, that is deleted. That again is not very good, because something we want to move towards start state, but we are deleting something which is part of the start state, and we are also adding something which is not part of the start state. So this is not a relevant move. Instead, if you do the other way around, if you place B on the table, again start state does not have B on the table. So that is one way it is not adding anything which is good. But the second one, okay, let us look at this thing in a little more classic way. We are going to the previous state and look at the description that we have provided. Check if the precondition previous state is relevant. What we do is, from current state we remove additions and then add preconditions. So this is what we are supposed to do. So here that is what we are doing. Current state is on A table, on BA, on CD, on D. Okay, this is the current state, and we say minus on CD, that is on CD is place on top additions. Okay, that is the only addition that we have. Now please understand the action is applied like this. So previous to new. So the addition is this. Okay, on CD. On CD is a precondition for the action. Okay, place on top CD. So that is subtracted, and then union is with pre C and free D. Okay, that is the precondition that you need for placing C on top of D. So once you do that, you get the value. Okay, and you can see that you get something which is not phi. It has to be phi. If it is not phi, the first condition is not satisfied. If you look at the second one, deletion, intersection, the start state, that also is phi. That should be non-phi, but it is phi. So you can clearly state that it is not relevant. Now let us look at the other case. The other case, we are placing B on top of table. Okay, when we do that, what happens? Again we calculate both of them, place on top table, place on top BA, and addition. Remember, action is towards this. So we'll talk about that action only previous to this state. Now that probably requires some more explanation. We are moving back, we are talking about moving back, but basically we are going to solve the problem in the forward direction only. So we are just planning. So what we are doing, we say that this previous state, I use this action, okay, to get this previous state. Eventually from this previous state you will go to this goal state. So our actual working is on this direction. So the action is applied on the previous state to achieve the current state, and we are finding out the relevance of that action. Okay, so place on top BA requires you to move from the previous state to the current state. Actually you are doing the other way around. Okay, but it is to be described this way. So place on top BA is to be inversely applied to get BA on top of the table. Okay, so that is probably the meaning that you get out of this. So what we are doing is, the addition is to be in, you just take an intersection with start state. If it is phi, acceptable. If it is not acceptable. But then if you do that, you will find that it is phi. So that is acceptable. Place on top BA dot deletion intersection SS should not be phi. It should remove something which is there in the start state, which again you will see that there is something called free A which was there in the start state. Now it is removed. So that is again the second one, the second condition which is satisfied. So place on top of B is better, more relevant than place on top of a CD, because you will get a better state. Okay, so that shows that if you are using this goal state and there are two previous states, which one is to be chosen, because you should choose one from where the action is relevant. In the case number 1, placing CD on the table, the action was not relevant. In this case, the action is relevant. So that is important thing here. Please also understand that this relevant part, it has nothing to do with heuristics. We are not talking about domain knowledge. We are not talking about anything. We are just talking about resemblance of the intermediate state with the final state and the start state. We just state that for progression, the action should make the state more relevant for the final state and less for the start state, exactly opposite while you come back. The goal state planning, or GSP, as I have told you earlier, is using this component by component. Pick up each component, putting on the stack and solve it. And it basically solves the difference between the start and the goal state, and for each difference it tries to get action or sequence of actions to generate, to breach that difference. So it begins with finding out all differences, then insert all the components on the goal stack, the different components which you want to solve, and for every component it adds an action. And once the complete stack is done, we will run that thing and see if it gets the goal. And it is very, very important, because it is quite possible that an action might have a side effect which undo what some other action, previously done action, has done. Okay, so that is possible, and we will see an example. And complete action many a times cannot be solved by one action, so it generates new goals and places there. For example, I want to have C on D, and I say that place on top CD. I would like to execute that, but the precondition says that the C and D both must be free. C is free, but D is not free. So that's a precondition. You can't do that. So how do you make sure that D is free? D is not free because there is something else called X resting on it. So for this, you again insert one more goal called free D, and for that probably you require one more action called place on table X, okay, so which removes X from on top of D and place it on table, so you can get this thing done. An example is again shown with the same one, and let us use goal stack planning. There are two things to be done. What we want here, A on the table and B on top of A. This is what we want. You can see that other two things are already done. C is on top of D is already there, and D on top of table. There are 4 components in the start state, 4 components in the goal state, but then 2 of them, C on top of D and D on top of table, is already achieved in the final state. So what you want to do is you just have to achieve B on top of A and A is on top of table. That's what we want. Only 2 things to be done. So that's what we write. So these are the differences on A table and on B A. This is what we want to achieve. And finally we'll write this, and why this is written, the lower part of on this is complete goal description. Because as I said, if you execute everything, remove all difference, it is quite possible due to side effect some other differences are not executed. So once again you look at that goal, if it is satisfied it is fine, but if any component is not satisfied, is again inserted on the stack, again that difference is to be removed. This is how it works. And you can see that for on BA you can add action called place on top BA, and on A table you can put on table, and now this is done. You can see that this is done. If you put on table A, then you get this on A table, and then place on top BA, you get on BA, and once you do that you can test everything and you will get them. So these are very simple goal stack planning. Okay, but then there is a catch. Catch is you have ordered them in this fashion, on A table and on BA. If you have arrange them in some other fashion, and only other fashion possible is on BA before and on A table next, like this, the other case. Now this is not all that simple, because what you are planning to do is to solve on BA first. When you try solving on BA, what you need is free B, which is not there. Okay, so you have to, because A is resting on top of B, so A is to be placed on table, then you achieve free B. Then you can place on top BA, and then you get on BA. Now you pick up on A table and you realize that it is already achieved. So you stop. Now you can see that it is not as straightforward as the previous case, but it still be able to solve, because we have picked up a very trivial, very simple, very easy problem to solve. But you can see that even in that case there are only 2 alternatives. One alternative is simple, where you achieve one, the other one is achieved. In the case number 2, when you try to achieve one, it takes more time, because it is not that straightforward. It can be even more complicated. But anyway, the final, once you do this, you will have to test whether the plan is perfect or not. And how you do that? You just say that current state is the start state. Basically, the goal state will give you action. So, and we start with, remember, we start with the final one, and eventually, because it's a stack, you pick up the top, then it is the first action to be applied. So apply that action to start state, change the state. Next action, third action, fourth action, eventually we will run out of actions, all actions are applied. If the state that we achieve is a goal state, we are done. If it is not, the plan is not valid. We will have to do something. Okay. With that, we will come to an end of this module. What we have seen in this module, we have looked at 2 important points, progression and regression. Progression is moving towards the goal state, regression is coming back from the goal state. Also, we have seen relevance of a state. A relevant state is where it moves towards the goal state. Okay, in case of progression, a relevant progression is where it removes something which exists in start state but not in the goal state, and it adds something which is not there in the start state but there in the goal state, and exactly opposite is regression. We have also seen goal state planning where it solves everything at the problem component by component, and then every component, once every component is solved, check for the final that thing, and if it is solved, it is so. If it is not, add the component which is not solved again. So it will do it that way. So goal state planning is one method of planning. With this, we will come to an end of this module. Thank you.